Welcome back. If you're new here, we turn complex guides into actionable video lessons. Today, we are dissecting the roadmap to passing your insurance exam. Now, why is this test so hard? It's not because the concepts are impossible to grasp. It's because the exam is designed to be a gatekeeper. It tests not just your memory, but your ability to apply strict legal definitions to real-world scenarios. It's a barrier to entry that ensures only those who are serious about the profession get a license. But here's the good news. It is a multiple choice test. The answer is staring right at you. You just need the right strategy to identify it. Let's dive into the first and perhaps most controversial tip, your study timeline. One of the biggest mistakes candidates make is spreading their studying out over too long a period. You might think, I'll study for 20 minutes a day for 3 months. That sounds responsible, right? According to the Texas Insurance Training Academy, that is actually a recipe for failure. The material in these exams is what we call volatile memory. It doesn't stick around like riding a bike. If you study Chapter 1 in January and take the test in April, you will have forgotten Chapter 1 completely. The expert advice is to condense your study time. You want to aim for a few weeks of intense, serious study rather than months of casual reading. You want the information fresh, sitting right at the top of your mind when you walk into that exam center. Do not drag this process out. Now let's talk about practice tests. Most people take a practice quiz, get a 70%, and think, great, that's a passing score, I'm ready. No, you are not. In the real exam, stress will lower your cognitive performance. You need a buffer. The golden rule here is to take practice examinations repeatedly until you are consistently scoring 85% or above. Why 85? Because that extra 15% is your safety net for exam day anxiety and those weirdly worded questions you weren't expecting. If you aren't hitting 85% at home, you aren't safe to book the real test yet. Treat the practice exams like the real thing. No open books, no Google, just you and the screen. Here is where most people waste their time. When you take a practice test, do you look at the score and move on, or do you analyze the mistakes? The experts suggest you need to look closely at your flaws. If you got a question wrong, don't just memorize the right answer. Ask yourself why you got it wrong. Did you misunderstand the concept? Did you misread the question? Or did you not know the vocabulary? Focus 80% of your study time on the 20% of questions you are getting wrong. This is the Pareto principle in action. Don't waste time reviewing what you already know perfectly. Attack your weaknesses until they become strengths. You need to understand the anatomy of the beast you are fighting. Almost every insurance exam is divided into two distinct sections: the national portion and the state-specific portion. The national section covers general insurance principles, things like indemnity, peril, and hazard. These concepts are the same whether you are in Texas, New York, or California. The state portion, however, is specific to your local laws, fines, waiting periods, and the insurance commissioner's powers. A common trap is spending all your time on general concepts and failing the state portion because you didn't memorize the specific dollar amounts for fines. You must pass both sections to get licensed. Check your state's exam outline to see exactly how many questions come from each section. Insurance is a language. If you don't speak it, you will fail. The exam writers love to use technical jargon to trip you up. Words like adverse selection, subrogation, aleatory, and unilateral. These aren't just fancy words. They are the building blocks of the contracts you will sell. You need to use a definitions glossary. Don't just gloss over a word you don't recognize. Stop, look it up, write it down. If the question asks about a unilateral contract and you don't know what that means, you cannot answer the question even if you know the concept. Flashcards are your best friend here. Terms on one side, definitions on the other. Let's talk about the actual test-taking experience. The most dangerous questions on the exam are the ones that include the words except, not, or false. For example, all of the following are true about whole life insurance except. If you read that too fast, your brain will skip the word except. You'll see the first option, realize it's true, and click it. Boom, wrong answer. You need to slow down. Read every single word of the question. When you see except, I want you to mentally rephrase the question. Ask yourself, which one of these is false? Read all 4 answers before selecting one. Often, the first answer is a distractor designed to catch speed readers. What happens when you hit a question you truly don't know? First, do not leave it blank. A blank answer is 100% wrong. A guess is 25% right, but we can do better than 25%. Use the process of elimination. Usually, two of the four answers are obviously wrong or completely unrelated. If you can cross those out, you now have a 50-50 shot. Also, trust your gut. Your first instinct is usually derived from your subconscious preparation. If you change your answer, you are statistically more likely to change it from right to wrong. Unless you have a sudden aha moment where you clearly remember the fact, stick with your first choice. We have to address the elephant in the room, self-study versus structured courses. Can you pass by just buying a cheap textbook on Amazon? Maybe, but the laws change constantly. Old materials might teach you regulations that were repealed 2 years ago. The Texas Insurance Training Academy emphasizes the value of a structured course, whether in person or online. These courses don't just give you the book, they give you the context. Instructors point out exactly what is likely to be on the test and what is just background noise. Investing in a proper course is often cheaper than paying to retake the exam 3 times. Finally, the big day is here. Do not cram in the parking lot. If you don't know it by now, 5 minutes of frantic reading won't help. It will just spike your cortisol and cloud your brain. Arrive early, at least 30 minutes. You need to get through security, put your stuff in a locker, and settle in. Bring 2 forms of ID. And remember, the computer might have a tutorial at the start. Take it. It calms your nerves and gets you used to the mouse and screen before the timer starts. Once the test begins, breathe. If you hit a hard question, flag it and move on. Don't let one tough question derail your confidence for the next 10 easy ones. Passing the insurance exam is a huge milestone. It's the only thing standing between you and a career with unlimited earning potential. It's normal to be nervous, but if you follow this plan, condense your study time, aim for 85% on practice tests, master the vocabulary, and read carefully, you will pass. You won't be part of that 50% failure statistic. You'll be in the passing half. Visualize your success. See yourself holding that printout that says pass. If you are looking for the best study materials and courses to guarantee that pass, check out the Texas Insurance Training Academy. I've dropped a link to their blog and course options in the description below. If this video helped calm your nerves, hit that like button and subscribe for more career guides. Good luck, go crush that exam, and we will see you in the next video.